Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Maximizing Your Potential Talk Show. I know it's been a while, y'all. I know it's been a while, but let me tell you, it has been a joyous occasion. I took approximately 18 days off and, just to regroup and, to enjoy myself. And, that's what we need to do from time to time. Take some time off just to regroup and, self care time. A time with family, a time with friends, a time to really, you know, get in touch with yourself. And I think it's been approximately 18 days. And, the title of this program has changed because I feel like, it's time to shift to the next level. I'm always talking about maximizing your potential. And that's especially for women to maximize your potential. And I always tell you about, stop leaving money on the table. So during my vacation time, I was thinking about it. Since I'm always talking about this, let's take it to another level. Let's bring you into a deeper mode. I always say this: higher heights and deeper depths. And I feel like, we have come to a time where we need to go deeper. We need to go deeper. And, the whole purpose of the show is for women to build their self confidence, to build their self esteem. Because recently I did a talk and I was telling the ladies that in my research, I came across this article. I think it was the Wealthy Her Network, that 79% of women suffer from a general low self esteem and low self confidence. And, this is a very high number when you think about, ladies, we're involved in so many things. There's so much potential on the inside of us. Everybody's pulling us this way, that way, whether it's at home, whether it's in the workplace, whether it's in, school, wherever you may be. You're always in high demand. And for you to just sit back and think, well, I have no value. I have nothing to offer. And identifying with situations and circumstances, which is not, excuse me, the true you. It's just something, pardon me for a second. Guess I've been using my voice too much. Is this something that you went through? But what you hear on these programs will help you to rise to your potential. And that, excuse me. And that's something that I'm going to talk about today. Rising to your potential and making the right connections is very important. As, excuse me, a lady in the workplace, a lady at home, or even if you're out and about, to recognize your value and your true worth. You know, developing the skills to walk in confidence. And that is something that's very important. Because just like I say, 79% of women have low confidence and low self esteem. They don't see their value, nor do they think that they have any worth. Instead of living their lives on purpose, many feel like they're just existing. You wake up and, oh, here's another day. And that's the way you look at it, as just another day. Not anything important, not anything significant. But if I could just get through the day. Now, how many of you can identify with that? You're just going through life, just getting through the day, instead of truly living your life on purpose. Walking in confidence. You know, when you walk in confidence, I'm going to tell you, it brings peace to your life. It's a peace that passes all understanding. When you really know who you are and your purpose for living. Not existing, but living. You know, and when you understand that, it'll help you to excel in everything that you do. Everything. You'll no longer think of yourself as insignificant or, excuse me, non-essential. But you'll begin seeing yourself as a woman of value, a woman who has purpose, a woman who is confident and show up each and every day as the best version of themselves. So we're going to talk about it today. And like I said, Maximizing Your Potential talk show. That's the name of this new broadcast. From Turning Your Passion into Profits, let's talk about maximizing your potential. And rise to your potential. You know, rise to who you are. Who you truly are. If I ask you this question, you know, who are you? Could you honestly tell me without having to think about it who you truly are? You know, most women can't. It's a simple question that stumped a lot of women. Because truly, they don't know who they are. Many times, they're trying to live out lives that other people have placed on them, thinking that they're supposed to be this or they're supposed to accomplish that, but never knowing who they truly are. And that's very important, knowing who you truly are. And this is something, as we go along, we're going to talk about this. And, you know, I have this course that's coming up next month. And I'm going to be able to tell you more about it, as, you know, it's being developed right now. And it's going into the finishing touches right now. But if you like to know more about that, or even, you know, set up a virtual conference with me, 15 minutes free virtual conference, go to the information that's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Because if you need to build up your self-confidence, build up your self-esteem, and live your life on purpose, you know, change all those things that are happening in your life right now. Those things where you're so uncomfortable with, where you're thinking that there's more for you, but you don't know how to get your hands on it. schedule a free 15-minute discovery call with me. And, I'll tell you more about being able to enroll in that class because it's certainly phenomenal for the women that have already walked through these doors, not necessarily with this course, but with, from speeches and different products and services that I have been able to share with them, been able to tell them about. Their lives have totally been impacted. Totally. And this is what I desire for you out there. If you see yourself thinking that, I'm not satisfied here, wherever here may be, whether you're on a job, whether you're at school, whether you're at home, and you're thinking that there's something more for you. Well, this is the course that you need to take. And it will help you to truly live your life on purpose and be the best version of yourself. Because like I said, 79% of women suffer from low self-confidence and low self-esteem. And that's a high number, y'all. That's a high number. So I want you to rise to your potential. Rise to your potential. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. And make those right connections. Because it makes a grand difference. A grand difference. There was a time, and before I get into that, I want to, just share this with you. There was a time in my life where I didn't like anything about myself. I didn't like my looks. I didn't like my voice. I didn't like my hair texture. I didn't like the color of my skin. I didn't like my name. I didn't like anything about myself. And hindsight, this is where I'm coming from, hindsight. At that point, I didn't know about any of this, okay? I could see my purpose now when I couldn't see it then. There was a purpose for everything in my life, but not until I came into the reality of my true self, my true identity. I was just existing. How many of you could say, well, I don't like this about me. I don't like that about me. And, a lot of times that's what it is. You don't like this about yourself. You don't know like that about yourself, but not truly understanding that there is a purpose for everything about you. Did I mention I didn't like my name? I even thought about once I became of age, legally changing my name. And this is something that, happens. Excuse me for a second. With a lot of women. Rise to your potential. Rise to your potential and make those right connections. And the first thing I'm going to share with you today, the first talking point, you see, coming off this vacation, y'all, and using my voice a lot, then I'm coming back here and, having trouble. But that's okay. That's okay. We're going to move right through this, okay? We're going to move right through this. Stable and fixed. When you rise to your potential, knowing who you are, having that confidence in being the best version of yourself. Or let me put it this way, walking out in the best version of yourself. It brings stability. It allows you to be stable. It allows you to be fixed in your mind, in your emotions, in your actions, in your thinking, in your speaking, even in what you stand for. No more will you be swayed from one place to the other. It's a stabilizing thing when you rise to your potential and stop allowing yourself to live beneath your potential. How many of you could honestly say, I'm living below my potential? And when I see that, living below your potential, I would call this survivor mode, you know, survivor mode. Instead of really living and enjoying your life, you know, your life is just a vapor. Okay, you only have one life to live. So we might as well enjoy. But there's many, many people out there, they're not enjoying their lives because they're in a survival mode. Survival mode. And I could get more in detail with that. But, you know, for the program's sake, for the time's sake, I'm just going to leave it that way. But if you, you know, sign up for that course or get more information by going to the information that's scrolling at the bottom of the screen, I'll tell you how you could, you know, sign up for that course when it becomes available next month. But it brings a stability when you are living your life on purpose. It helps you to lock into your vision, your dreams, your goal, your vision, not somebody else's vision, what they have for you, but your vision. You know, what is it that you truly want? What is it that causes your heart to flutter? What is it that, you know, you could get lost in talking about? What is it? What is that vision? You know, and when you truly rise to that potential, you have confidence. You know, that's what happens a lot of times. People are trying to live out something that's not them. And of course, because if it's not you, you won't have confidence in that because it's not a part of you. You have to remember this, y'all. Your vision is you. You and your vision, you're one. So when you have linked up with your vision, there will be a confidence there, as opposed of you trying to live out somebody else's vision of who you supposed to be, or, you know, have those expectations. You're trying to meet the expectation of somebody else, trying to please them instead of living your truth. So that's why you have to rise to your potential. Your potential. You know? And when this happens, it assists you to gain power and rise above and beyond the norm. Okay? Rise above and beyond the norm. Because it's something that happens on the inside of you where now you're able to see clearly. You understand it because it's a part of you. And once you understand something, of course you can see. But as long as you can't see, don't understand, excuse me, you won't be able to see. And it makes it so much easier when you fall into that unity of living your truth. It's so much easier to rise to your potential because you don't have to fake it. And I hate that term. Fake it till you make it. Okay? Fake it till you make it. Why can't you be this truthful and live your truth? You don't have to pretend. You and I and everybody have to notice that we are unique. We're uniquely made. There'll never be another person that's made exactly like you, nor me. And we should be, comfortable with that. We should be satisfied with that. Once we come into the knowledge, truly come into the knowledge of who we are. But not until we come into that knowledge will we continue to go through that low self-esteem and low self-confidence issues. Remember, rise to your potential, and it gives you power when you know who you are. It gives you that power because it's a unity that comes. You're thinking the same way as you're speaking, as you're acting. There can no longer be any division in you when you decide to live your truth. It makes a difference, y'all. It makes a huge difference. Here's another one. When I'm talking about rising to your potential, be reliable, okay? The right connection. You'll be reliable. And this is so grand, okay? This is a grand moment when you have those right connections. You just don't seek partners, or I'm talking about business partners or any of those power partners or whatever, just to have people on your team. It goes a little bit deeper than that. It has to be according to purpose. It has to be those right connections, okay? Because each of us, we're a piece of the puzzle. But only when the puzzle is fitly joined together, you're able to maximize your potential. And each and every one on that team is able to maximize their potential and rise to that potential. And be, like I said, reliable, be stable and fit to walk out their journey. It makes a big difference. That's something that we always have to remember. It's not about numbers, but it's about lining up with the right connections to move the needle forward to you accomplishing your goals. When I talk about reliability, I'm even talking about integrity and character. Integrity and character. And when I'm talking about the right connections, I'm also talking about, don't make promises that you can't keep. And a lot of times people try, to save face, and they make promises that they can't keep. But when you in line and you're doing this thing as in a conscious effort to connect with the right people, you no longer have to, say things to save face or make promises that you can't keep. Because the whole part about coming into partnership with others, whether you're that entrepreneur, whether you're that author, or whatever, business that you're in. It's that partnership opens up to allow the audience of your audience and your other partner's audience to be able to get everything that they need inside of that partnership without having to go look for it somewhere else. You see, that's why I said things are a little deeper, and you have to really go back to the beginning. And the beginning of this is living your truth, maximizing your potential, rising to your potential. But the key is living your truth. Because when you live your truth and know how to do these things that make sense, okay, your life will begin to flow instead of existing, instead of hitting and missing. Okay? Everybody's not a perfect fit, but you find those according to the purpose in your life. Your partnership, the right connections, each of you have the other's best interests at heart because there's a unity there. You remember I talked about unity. First, unity begins in you. Then when you're with your right connections, the unity also flows within those connections. And y'all, this is not hard to do. Some people think, well, it's hard for me to do, to get other people and we be unified together. But it's easy. It's really easy if you do it the right way. And that's all a part of, rising to your potential. That unity. Unity is very, very important. Because not only will each of you have the other's interest at heart, but everything, like I said, everything's available. And each of you are making yourself available to one another, which enhances your audience to what they can receive. It's a growth process there. It's a growth process there. And I'm just touching the basis. I'm just touching on the outer realm of this. The outer rim. It goes much deeper than that. Rise to your potential. When you have the right connections, here's something else it will do for you. It's, quick to come to your aid. Your connections, they'll be quick to come to your aid. Because why? There's a unity there. When you may be stumbling in an area, they're able to help. I love my partnerships. I love them. I'm there for them. They're there for me. And this is something that helps to sustain you in wherever you're going. Wherever you're going, to live your life on purpose. Let me get to the comments right quick. Good morning, Lucky. How you doing today? It's great seeing you. I haven't seen anybody in maybe 18 days. I've been on vacation. But it's great seeing you and each and every one that has tuned in today. I'm talking about rising to your potential. And having those correct partnerships. It's very, very vital. Let me put it that way. Because those right connections, each of you will cover each other. You may be having an off day. Things may not be going like they should that day. And now, instead of you just, being all there by yourself and throwing in the towel, here you have someone or someones who could bridge that gap, who could help you, who could encourage you, who could motivate you, who could fill in for you. Rise to your potential. See it. You got to see it before you see it, or you'll never see it. Your right connections, each of you will fight for each other. You will fight to keep each other, where they need to be. And this is something that I see, with my partnerships with people. We will keep each other where they need to be. We're each other's accountability partners. Where we see one maybe slipping and being discouraged, we'll help that person. Because like I said, things come and things go. Things come to challenge us each and every day. But we can't give up. We have to remember, we have to rise, to our potential. See it, claim it, and work toward the results. Yeah, we see it, we claim it, and we work toward those results. Purpose partners and accountability agents are necessary. Yes, they are. They are very necessary, and I thank you for that because, sometimes people try to do this thing alone, and, no man is an island. Sometimes people think that, they could do it alone. But you'll never rise to your highest potential if you never connect with others. You'll never rise to your highest potential. We are made to connect because there's so much that we can draw from each other. Sometimes you don't even know what's inside of you until you connect with others and they just pull it out of you. So you see, this is all a part of rising to your potential. We need each other, y'all. We cannot, do this alone. One tree, many leaves. That's true. Many, many leaves. And you know what? Thank you for that comment. When you have many leaves, it, offers different things. And it brings different, things to the table where now it doesn't get mundane and, boring or anything of that nature. And especially when you have an audience and everybody have their own, audience at hand. And now you're able to offer those different varieties. And it will keep people, challenged. It will even help your audience grow. So, it's something that does not only more for you and your partnerships, but also everybody involved. Everybody involved. So that's why we always have to look to, rise into our potential by having those right connections. Okay? Those right connections. Because I'm going to tell you, I love my partnership. I love my connections. But when you thinking about partnerships, when you're thinking about those right connections, make sure that it's according to the purpose that's in your life. Because the same way it could work for you is the same way it could work against you. And we're supposed to be enjoying our lives, okay? Living our life on purpose. Live your life on purpose because life is just a vapor, just a vapor. So there's things inside of us, our gifts, talents, and abilities that need to come forth for such a time as this. The right connections, when we're talking about walking in your potential, it brings a comfort there. It brings a comfort. And I'm not talking about a comfort where you just sit back and just don't do anything, but it helps you to overcome your fears. Okay? When you rise to your potential, those things that you once were afraid of because you were afraid because you didn't understand. And once you understood the dynamics of things, now that fear was gone. Because now you begin to see fear as a launching pad or a stepping stone to get you to another dimension in your walk according to reaching your ultimate goals. So when you're walking in your potential, when you're walking in that space, it's so much different, y'all. It's so much different. Where you once, feared fear itself, now you'll welcome those things that, come to challenge you. Because now you'll understand that those challenges are helping you to grow. So now it brings a comfort, now it brings that comforting effect. It, also provides ways to help you avoid traps or snares, okay, when you're walking in your potential. Now, because you understand, now you could see those things. Because you remember, you wrote your vision. Now you're able to see. And I'm not getting into those details because I'm telling you, I'm just around the rim, y'all. I'm just around the rim. I cannot go deeper into that. But if you want to, get more involved in what I'm talking about, because this is something I'm going to be talking about. Okay? This is it. Because I want you to walk in your high potential. I want you to maximize your potential. I want you to know who you are unapologetically. I want you to not have low self-confidence or low self-esteem. I want you to stop crying, to stop thinking of yourself as having no value, having no worth. And, people said this about you, people said that about you. So now you just threw in the towel on yourself. You just have given up. No, I want you to be unapologetically you and live your truth. Stop existing, but truly live and enjoy your life to the fullest because you're worth it. You worth it, And like I said, when we're talking about this comfort, it also teaches you how to keep your vision alive. Your vision alive. Don't let it die when you rise to your potential and you're walking in it. When, things are coming to challenge you, you'll find ways to keep your vision alive because you won't allow those things to come encroach upon in your life to allow you to stop, to allow you, that will, cause you to stop or, cause you to, just tiptoe through life. You got to stop tiptoeing through life, y'all. and start walking in your highest potential. And like I say, that's maximizing your potential. Get out everything that's inside of you. There's so much inside of each and every one of us. Each and every one of us that we have no idea that's there. But that's why we got to continue to walk. And we have to understand why challenges come into our lives. And that's to allow us to see what's inside of us. Because when you have no other choice but to look on the inside of you to bring about a change, and beforehand you didn't even know it existed, that's living, y'all. Everything you need is on the inside of you. You don't have to search for something on the outside. Everything you need is on the inside. Okay, you just wanted to check in on my way. Okay. Okay, well, you too lucky. Well, I hope that you're feeling better, and everything's okay with you. And it's like I said, it's nice seeing you. And, let me know how you do it, Let me know how you do it. Because, this is very, very important that, we be concerned about one another, not only our partners, but also, our fans, our listeners, our viewers, very important. Well, you have a nice day too. Like I said, it's nice seeing you. And check in with me and let me know how you're doing, okay? So, rise into your potential. And here's the next one. When you're walking in your purpose, it helps you to reach your goals. Reach your goals. Because what it does now, it builds endurance. So you're not being affected by what crumbles around you. Rise to your potential. You begin, it's something that strengthens you, because all the oppositions, all the fears, all those things that once went on inside of you that caused you to, be up all day long, pacing the floor at night, these things have changed, because now you're able to see, because now you understand. And because you understood, you built that endurance. You used those opposition, those fears, those challenges as tools. And now it has built strength on the inside of you. So you're standing, no matter what's shaking or crumbling around you, you're able to stand tall. You're able to finish your course. You're able to walk down your pathway to your design goals, to reach your ultimate goal. It's a grand thing when I'm talking about rising to your potential. Reach your goals, y'all. Don't give up. Reach your goals. When you're in this state, when you're in this place, let me put it this way. You're threading over those oppositions. Those things that, once came to cause you to stop, or cause you to be discouraged, or cause you to, throw in the towel and say, well, I give up. I'm going on to something else. Now you're threading over those oppositions. You're using them as, like I say, tools, stepping stones, launching pads, or sometimes you're just ignoring them. You're seeing them for what they are, and you say, "Well, this doesn't apply to me." It doesn't apply to me, so I'm not going to allow this to bother me. I'm going to keep on. And the reason why you're able to say that is because now your vision is crystal clear. It's crystal clear. Some things we don't even need to address. Some things we just continue going, continue walking toward our ultimate goal. We don't even need to, put it in our mind to even think about it, concentrate on it, concentrating on things, meditating on things, getting those images in our mind. And a lot of the times, those things don't even happen. But it's so for us because what we see in our mind's eye, it becomes a reality in our lives. But I want you to maximize your potential. Rise to your potential. Wherever you are right now, you may be sitting in that place of instability. You may be sitting in that place of you have given up. You may be sitting in that place of fear. You may be sitting in that place of insecurity. I want you to rise to your potential. Understand what I'm saying. And once you understand it, you'll be able to see what I'm saying. There's more for you. You have value. You have worth. You have one life to live. So instead of stumbling through life and making excuses for why you are who you are, enjoy life and live it to the best of your ability. And you see, when you're trying to understand, you're trying to live to the best of your ability, something inside of you will kick in. It will kick in. And it will give you the insight of using what you have to propel you to see your truth. And when you see your truth, you can live your truth. You'll appreciate who you are. Enjoy your journey, people. It's not a prideful thing. It's not a thing of thinking, well, I don't deserve it, because you do. Everybody deserves to be happy or joyful. Let's take it to a deeper level. Happiness is fleeting, but joy, having that joy inside of you, joy does something for you. That's another level of happiness. You have to reach the level of joy. Have joy about your truth, who you are. Be joyful. And you'll see that it will strengthen you. And it will allow you to see that, you are a conqueror. That you're not an afterthought. That you are somebody. That you have value. That you have worth. That you have something to bring to the world stage. And it doesn't matter if you're an author with a message. It doesn't matter if you're an entrepreneur with a brick and mortar operation or a virtual business. If you have products or services, or you're a leader in the community. It doesn't matter. Rise to your potential and maximize, what's inside of you. You have to rise, y'all. So wherever you may be today, remember the word, rise. Show up each and every day and be the best version of yourself. So that's all I got for you today. I wanted to share that with you. And I thank you for, allowing me to share these nuggets with you. And I hope that you have gained some insight where you could begin to understand and see that there's more to you than you could ever imagine. And take time out to, get to know yourself or reintroduce yourself to yourself. How's that? Reintroduce yourself to yourself. Take some time out of your busy schedule and do that. So I thank you for, like I said, taking time out of your busy schedule to be with me here today on, maximizing your potential. Maximize it, y'all. You'll see. You'll be able to live your life on purpose and stop existing, but truly live. So I thank you, and I look forward to you being here with me the next time on Maximizing Your Potential. I'm Gertrude J. Chapman. I'm your host, and I thank you for being here. So have a nice day. Enjoy your day. And remember, this is your time. This is your season. This is your turning point. Have a great day.